the cape that we've been wearing, the cape that has always looked like strength, but in reality, it has been survival. My strength has been my survival. My strength, oh, I'm the strong one, has always been a means of survival because we were taught never to show weakness. We have been conditioned to never show weakness. Society, our culture say you have to be strong. I'm a strong Black woman. I'm a strong woman. But what happens when that strength becomes a burden? What happens when that strength becomes an addiction? And if we don't have the title of the strong one, then who are we? Being the strong woman, being the strong one, always wearing the cape, never taking the cape off is exhausting. We carry the weight of all of our burdens. We don't talk to anybody. We just say, I got it, I got it. I'm good, I'm fine. I got this. Let's be honest with ourselves. It is exhausting and it's a burden. Hey, it's your girl Dorcas, and welcome to the Dorcas Pittman Podcast, where I am empowering her to drop the cape and heal for real. This is the space where courage, clarity, and strategy meets real healing. So over the past 3 weeks, I have been taking you on this journey of me pivoting from Beyond the Healing to the Dorcas Pittman Podcast. We've talked about the power of I in the pivot, the power of God in the pivot. And last week, I brought you on this journey of how God revealed that I was actually hiding behind my own healing. But this week, I really want to dive into dropping the cape because, especially as Black women, we have been taught from little girls that we have to be strong. From songs like I'm Every Woman, from Alicia Keys' Superwoman, we have been taught to be strong. But that strength for so many people have become a burden. And we really need to get comfortable with breaking the addiction to strength. And that's just being real. So many women, especially Black women, are addicted to being strong. They don't ask for help. They think they can do everything all on their own. But we have to break that addiction. We have to release the pressure of being the strong one. I'm a victim of, okay, I have to be strong. It's me, it's me. I'll do it. But we have to break that addiction. And we break that addiction by dropping the cape. Dropping the cape. So today I want to talk about the cape that we've been wearing, the cape that has always looked like strength, but in reality, it has been survival. My strength has been my survival. My strength, oh, I'm the strong one, has always been a means of survival. One, because we were taught never to show weakness. We have been conditioned to never show weakness, and we're in this culture of being the strong woman. Society, our culture say you have to be strong. I'm a strong Black woman. I'm a strong woman. But what happens when that strength becomes a burden? What happens when that strength becomes an addiction? And if we don't have the title of the strong one, then who are we? And so the cape has, in a sense, become our identity. But let's be honest. Being the strong woman, being the strong one, always wearing the cape, never taking the cape off is exhausting. We carry the weight of all of our burdens. We don't let anything, we don't talk to anybody. We just say, I got it. I'm good, I'm fine. I got this. I can take care of this. I don't need any help. Let's be honest with ourselves. It is exhausting. It is exhausting. And it's a burden that we don't have to carry because God tells us in Matthew 11:28, come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. But the reality is, for so many people, that addiction to being the strong one won't allow you to rest. Won't allow you to rest. No matter how tired you are, you're gonna be you're gonna answer every phone call. You're going to always be the dependable one. You're gonna be the one who never breaks. And all of those things are a trap. They are a trap. Because the reality is you are bleeding behind the cape. Always being the one that everyone calls, but guess what? You have no one to call. When it's time, when you're going through something, nobody answers your phone call. So guess what? I'm not going to take this cape off because no one is ever there for me in the first place. Oh, they can depend on me. And it's like a badge of honor that, okay, I'm the one that they depend on. Everyone knows that they can depend on me, so they're going to come to me. But in reality, you're exhausted. You're tired. No, you don't want to always be the dependable one. And you never give yourself permission to just break down. And so what are you doing? You are bleeding. You are bleeding behind the cape. Though that cape is hiding the wounds of no one is ever there for me. The wounds of everyone depends on me, but I can't depend on anyone else. The wounds of I can never show weakness. I can never show that I'm broken. I can never show that something's wrong with me. And that's the trick of the enemy. That's a trick that leaves so many people burned out and to the point where they literally collapse. I can't remember the entrepreneur who was busy earlier this year, and she kept talking about she was going to rest and she never rested, and then we looked up and she's passed away. We heard about her story, but how many other women are out there wearing this cape, always being dependable, always doing everything, never delegating, never saying they need help? How many other women that we have not heard about who've done the same thing? And the thing about it is, being strong is great, but being only strong, that's the thing that will break you. I know I know that I'm strong. I know I have strength. I know that I have the strength of God within me. But I also know that there are moments when I'm weak and I embrace the moments of weakness because God's strength is made perfect in our weaknesses. So I'm strong, but I'm not only strong because there's moments of weaknesses. There are moments when I need to depend on other people. There are moments when I just need to break down. There are moments when I need to pick up the phone and call someone and say, "Hey, I'm not okay." So there's nothing wrong with being strong. The issue becomes when you're only strong, when there's there isn't a single moment in your life where you show weakness. There's not a single moment in your life where you allow yourself to just fall apart. And that cape, it looks noble, it looks great, it looks pretty. It has all the insignias and all the titles on it. But let's be honest, that cape is heavy. That cape is heavy when you're only strong. That cape is heavy when you don't give your permission to yourself permission to break. That cape is heavy when you don't give yourself permission to say, "No, I'm not answering the phone. No, I need to rest." That cape is heavy when it is an addiction. That's the part. And the reality is, the setup of the cape is there's a battle between performance and authenticity. Because a lot of people, you perform. Your cape is a means of, just like that mask, it is performance. It is not authentically you. Because what does society look at? They look at the outward appearance of you. God talks about that in 1 Samuel 16:7. And look at the outward appearance of you. So what we do, we have to wear this cape of strength because that is a means of performance. That's a means of showing the world that, hey, I'm good, I'm strong, I got this, I don't need anybody else. But that is not authentically you. That is not the you that God wants to use, because the person that he wants to use is not the person who is hiding behind the cape, the person who won't take the cape off, the person who won't rest, the person who won't show vulnerability, the person who won't show weakness. That is not authentically you. That is performance. You want the world to see the cape. You want the world to see the S on your chest. But even Superman had a weakness. Even Superman had a weakness. So what makes you think that with this Superwoman title, with this cape that you're wearing, that you don't have weaknesses? And if I can be a buck with you, if I can be honest with you, sometimes the cape isn't even a sign of strength. The cape is actually fear. That part, the fear of appearing weak, the fear of disappointing people, the fear of asking for help. The cape becomes a mask. The cape becomes something you dress up in. The cape becomes performance. Oh, I can't show weakness. What would the world think of me? What would my followers think of me? What would my clients? I can't show that I'm going through something. I can't show any of that. So you have to continue to perform. But guess what? If you don't take a break from performing, you are going to break. If you don't take a break from performing, you are going to break. Because that fear, remember I told you, that cape is really hiding the wounds that are bleeding. So instead of, for some of you, instead of the cape just being being strength, it's the fear. It's the fear of people seeing you. And I'm not talking about what I heard. I'm talking about what I know, because I was the chick who wore that cape. I didn't want anybody to see that I was damaged goods. I didn't want anybody to see my brokenness. I didn't want anybody to see me as less than. So what did I do? I wore the cape, this cape of I'm every woman. I wore this cape of strength. I was a people pleaser. That part. And I didn't believe in asking for help. I was the I will figure it out woman. And that is something that God has really had to deal with me on. That is an addiction that God had to break, because, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. That's going against the word, because he said, lean not on your own understandings, in all your ways acknowledge me, and I will direct your path. So for me, okay, I'll figure it out. I'm not going to ask for help. And the sad reality is, so many of us wear this cape, and I'm not going to ask for help, that you won't even ask God for help, that you won't even go to God. And that is why we have to break this addiction with strength, break this addiction with the cape. That is why we have to drop the cape. That part. Because one lesson that I've learned, you can't heal and perform at the same time. Because when you're performing, you're not focusing on the healing part. When you're healing, God is exposing parts of you, and he's dealing with the parts of you that kept you performing in the first place. So the two cannot coexist. You can't effectively heal when you're still putting on a performance for the world. When you're still putting on a performance for your audience, when you're still putting on a performance for everybody else. And you can't perform to that capacity when you're healing, because God is going to show you. And if you're healing for real, the desire to perform will cease to exist. Because you will no longer be afraid to appear weak. You will no longer be afraid of disappointing people. You will no longer be afraid to ask for help. You will be okay with saying no when everybody's trying to pull at you. That part. And you will be okay with breaking and falling apart. Because that is showing that I am human. That is showing that, God, I need you. That is showing that, you know what, I don't have it all together. That is showing, God, I'm going through some stuff right now, some stuff that I don't know how to navigate. So, God, I'm weak right now. My flesh is weak, God. So I need you. Because I need your strength right now, God. So I'm just gonna fall apart and let you put me back together again. So healing, real healing, and performance can't coexist. And and saying that or pretending to be okay is the fastest way to stay unhealed. Because you can't heal what you won't reveal. You can't heal what stays concealed. That part. So keep pretending to be okay. If you're the one, oh, I'm okay. Performance, I'm okay, girl, I'm okay. I'm fine. That is the fastest way to stay unhealed. That is the fastest way to keep carrying that heavy cape. That is the fastest way. And so, in this moment, as you're listening, my prayer is that you are going through your Rolodex of memories and really thinking about how many times you said, oh, I'm okay. Oh, I'm okay, when you really weren't. Oh, I'm fine, when you really weren't. How often do you pretend that you are okay? And if you are having consistent flashbacks of pretending to be okay, consistent flashbacks of saying, I'm fine, knowing you weren't fine. And we've all heard it before. It's okay to be, it's okay not to be okay. Because when I'm not okay, girl, I am not okay. I will text, I will call, I will say, I am not okay. I'm not pretending to be okay. Because whatever is bothering me, whatever is going on right now, I don't want to stay in it. I need to be okay for me to do the will of God. I need to be okay for me to walk in my full authority. I need to be okay so I can be authentically myself. So therefore, I am not going to pretend to be okay when I'm not okay. That is me saying I want to stay unhealed. That is me saying I want to continue to deal with these afflictions. That is me saying that I don't want God to transform me, to mold me into who he created me to be. That is what that says. So we have to begin this journey of dropping the cape. We have to begin this journey of breaking the addiction to strength. We have to begin this journey of allowing God to give us rest, because the strong woman mentality is exhausting. We have to be okay with not being okay. We have to be okay with being the no person. We have to be okay with not being people pleasers. We have to be okay with those things, so that we can be authentically ourselves. That is what dropping the cape is all about. Dropping the cape does not mean that you're less than. Dropping the cape does not mean that you're strong. It just means that you're more than strong. It means that you have weakness. You have seasons when you're weak. You have seasons when you don't have it all together. You have seasons when you just need to just be you and God. You have seasons where everyone can't depend on you. You have seasons of growth. That's what that means. You have seasons of growth. So we have to be okay with that. We have to be okay with no longer performing. Because you can't heal and perform at the same time. I don't know who told you did, but if you do a self-evaluation, if you were performing, not a single ounce of healing took place. And if you are healing for real, there's no desire to perform. There's no time to perform, because the way that God will reveal, the way that God will stretch, the way that God will sift you in that season of healing, you really won't have the strength to perform. But we get to this point. We get to the point of dropping the cape. We get to the point of taking the S off our chest. We get to the point of not only being strong, by letting God carry what we've been carrying alone. He said, cast his cares on him. Cast our cares on him. That's what he says. And we carry weight that don't belong to us. So I have this exercise that I do with my one-on-one coaching clients. It's called the weight of it all. And it's an exercise where they put on all the weight that they've been carrying, all of the trauma, the weight of the trauma, the weight of the emotional abuse, all of the weight that they have been carrying. We identify it and they put it on. Because what I want them to understand, in the flesh, the weight of it all. That's what I want them to understand in the flesh. Because when you understand in the flesh, you train your mind to recognize when you begin to put on weight that don't belong to you, i.e., the cape. So we have to let God carry what we've been carrying alone. And it looks like what it looks like is submitting your strength to God. God doesn't need he don't need us to be strong. He said his strength is made perfect in our weaknesses. So we embrace our challenges. We embrace the areas that we need help in. God's strength is made perfect in that. So we have to submit our strength to God. We have to release the myth that you must hold everything together. Listen, I don't have to hold it all together. That's not my job. The Lord knows it's falling apart. He knew this was going to fall apart. So guess what? I'm going to need you to get it. Tell me what to do. I'm going to take my hands off of it. When you tell me to move, I'm going to move. Whatever you tell me to do, God, I am going to do it. I know I don't have to hold it all together, because if I try to hold it all together, oh, come on. Thank you, Holy Spirit. So the power is in our praise and our worship. So if your hands are busy holding everything together, you can't lift them in worship. You can't lift them in worship. You can't lift them in worship. You can't lift them in praise. So you're trying to hold everything together. Your hands are tight. Your arms are filled. You don't have the capacity to hold anything else. So how can you hold what God called you to do? Because you're too busy holding everything together. That's not your responsibility. That's not your responsibility. So if you just let it all go, let it fall apart, let God be God. You submit to him in worship. You lift your hands in worship, in prayer. You surrender it all to God. What do? We surrender. When they say, when they arrest somebody and they put their hands in the air, they're surrendering to authority. Come on now. Surrender to the ultimate authority. Lift your hands in surrender, because if your hands are lifted, you can't hold it all together. You can't hold it all together. Because dropping the cape means trusting God with the parts you can't fix. You can't fix. And we know the things that we can't fix is the things that we've been trying to fix all along. They still messed up. The things we've been trying to figure out this whole time, and it's still messed up, and we still don't have an answer. And sometimes we make it worse. But dropping the cape is trusting God with the parts that we can't fix. And the truth of all of this is that God never asked us to be a superhero. He just asked for our obedience. Rest is obedience. Rest is obedience. Being who God created us to be is obedience. He never asked us to be the superhero. He never asked us to only be the strong one. If he did, why would he tell us his strength is made perfect in our weakness? There are seasons when I said, God, listen, I'm going to stay. God, I am weak, okay? I am weak in this area. I am weak. Lean into our weaknesses. Lean into the things that we know we can't fix. Surrender them to God and let God be the God of our lives. And here's the thing. Here's the big one. Rest is actually a spiritual strategy, not a weakness. It is a spiritual strategy. Even Jesus rested. God rested. If our Father, if Abba Father, the one who created the heavens and the earth, if he rested, if Jesus rested, that is a sign. Those are signs alone that this rest is spiritual. It is spiritual and not a weakness. So yeah, we are dropping the cape. We are breaking up with our addiction to strength. We are choosing not to be the strong one all the time. We are choosing authenticity over performance. We are choosing to let God carry what we've been carrying alone for all these years, all this time. We are choosing. We are choosing to allow God's strength to be made perfect in our weaknesses. Okay? So I hope that you have a Merry Christmas as you begin to meditate on dropping the cape. Because you may think that you don't have the strength to do it, but God's strength will give you what you need to take it off, to drop the cape, to no longer perform, to let it go, and to just be broken in Him. Okay. Listen, I told you this is the place where courage, clarity, and strategy meets real healing. And as you prepare to drop the cape, and I hope some of you have already decided to drop the cape, I want you to remember that you are her. You are healed, you are restored, and you are empowered. Merry Christmas, and I'll talk to you soon.